Hello, my name is Paul, and in the Gameloft repertoire, I've chosen to speak about two of the recent productions, Gods of War and Disney's Magic Kingdom. I have found Disney's Magic Kingdom to be the most addictive of the two, even though my age and belonging to the adult male demographic segment would suggest otherwise. I have found myself returning to it more often and loving the model that it has chosen, reminiscent for me of Theme Park and Bullfrog's Theme Hospital, as well as SimCity and the Caesar franchise, but with this Disney flavor which we all adore. In addition to this format that I really like, I would like to present improvements that I believe would augment an already very well constructed game. I am here to make a case for minigames. I believe it to be important to discuss brain racking inside minigames. That is why I strongly suggest inserting minigames in Disney's Magic Kingdom. Gamers love the effort, and they love the reward that often follows it. It's a system that has worked well in the past. I will also then advocate a badge system as trophies to reward gamers. There's a strong trend in game history that shows most games that have made it have not declared themselves as official serious games, instead opting for edutainment. Entertainment with a brain-picking activity, stimulating more than just the immediate sensory triggers in repetitive functions or movements, in the stimulation of cognitive functions, memory, strategic thinking, and mathematics. Whenever a game focuses only on those cognitive brain-oriented functions, the mass user pools will be lost, as it might turn off the casual gamer who's in it just for the fun. Let's take a look at how this would come in. Since the game is already well established and adopted its theme park construction management simulation format, we could establish an additional ephemeral daily pop-up minigame that will come to titillate our users, and that might grant him additional items or resources to use in his park. Minigames can take the form of matching memory games, for example, where two pictures are opened by the users and need to be identical to progress, until the users have opened all of the identical paired pictures and the image is complete. Another minigame could be a Tetris pile-up of Disney characters, this familiar game that we all love. A third example of minigames could be a park tour train ride. The train is driven by Mickey, and something gone wrong has him at the wheel trying to avoid obstacles, or leaping above them, or circumventing them. A fourth minigame could be successfully drawing a character based on a picture provided by the app, and that could be targeted at our younger demographics. There are many more minigames that could be implemented and appear in daily forms. One of the aspects that hindered Fallout Shelter, in my opinion, was its repetitiveness, without novelty introduced every now and again. And when they started to implement this novelty, the gamers were already gone. Minigames have in the past augmented well-established games. I have in mind Pooh, a Lebanese designer game that takes the form of the digital pet game that dethroned Tamagotchi from the minds of fans. At the very beginning, the game had a simple functioning system, then decided it needed a little something extra, and introduced the mini-games, which became a big hit within its community. My second suggestion is a consequence of my first one. Badges are a way to applaud the gamer's efforts, and a way to compare his achievements to his friends or game-centered contacts. They are well-deserved bragging rights in the community. Throwing trophies for days played or time spent on the game also would add some involvement by more casual gamers, boosting frequentation. There are two other suggestions I would like to bring to your attention. There's definite improvement on the narrative aspect of the game that could come in the form of a stronger plot in the dialogue. Sometimes I have found myself quickly skipping the characters' words and sentences, as I was not very interested by what they were saying. Advancing the plot, be it the darkness looming on the park aspect, or mini-stories that are more thrilling, would captivate users and make them want to sit through dialogue without having them race past it. For example, instead of having Mickey and Goofy team up on a mission for band practice, they could perhaps team up to help rescue a disappeared character. Daisy or Minnie is missing, so the user cannot see her on his screen and perform mission with her. And this triggers a mini narrative story that is worth reading and following. In the marketing aspects of the game, one can make a case for pairing off the Disneyland Paris theme park with the Magic Kingdom gaming app. Since Magic Kingdom was based largely on Disneyland Paris, there's a real opportunity for users to be much more involved on a personal level if rewards for 8-day-long instances are 2 tickets entrance to the real park instead of just rubies. It would stimulate relatability between the real and gaming